We're here at the Amelia Concours Week, or the Amelia as Hagerty calls it. Hagerty Insurance is sponsoring the big car show, but there's so much more going on here. We're starting off at the Gooding auction, where they have 1,000 cars here at least. There's some fabulous cars. We're going to show you those vehicles, then we're going to take you to the other auction, which is Broad Arrow, which also has some amazing vehicles, like enough to make you melt and cry all at the same time. And then we'll take you to the hangar event, and finally the Concours d'Elegance. And in between that, we're going to show you Cars and Community and RADwood with the most amazing cars, the coolest people, an event that must be on everybody's wish list. Let's get started with the Gooding auction. And yeah, there's more than just Ferraris here. Some of the most amazing Porsches, from slant nose to whale tails to Aston Martins, and just some of the most spectacular cars you can imagine from around the world. Some you may not have even heard of, but there is everything here from the early 1900s, such as this Mercedes-Benz Simplex, which has a value of $10 million and will be sold at auction. This is an original barn find. Then you go back to those old 356 Porsches, all the way up to the brand new Mercedes, and some of the most amazing vehicles that you can imagine over the years. And they're just quite spectacular, including some new McLarens and even some other type vehicles. The Broad Arrow auction brings us not just a wide selection of the most beautiful Mercedes throughout the decades, but there are other vehicles right on the water in Amelia Island, which is just north of Jacksonville, held at the Ritz-Carlton, are some of the most impressive cars, starting off with the vehicles of the 80s. Then you move into some of the most amazing supercars, some that are quite rare, from gull-wing Mercedes all the way to some of the coolest Porsches and some significant Cobras, as well as Lamborghinis, Porsches, and just so much to drool on. People bid on these from all around the world. A very successful auction that had quite a high sell-through rate, showing that these cars are still in high demand for collectors. Some of these vehicles you won't see anywhere else. From a Lancia to a Ferrari Dino to a rare Porsche, this is the place to go if you're going to buy anything from a Bugatti or to something even more unusual. The auction has buyers from all around the world, whether they're in the audience or they call in on the phone. They're here for us to look at, to literally drool on, but anything from a Corvette to a Cadillac, you're going to see it here. And every year there's a different selection of cars from different sellers. Buyers are from around the world. These are collector cars. Some are quite rare, some are one of a kind, and others are mass production. But they are just absolutely beautiful vehicles. The Porsche Werks reunion is held in Amelia Island. It's one of the events that people from all around the world truly enjoy coming to. You'll see everything from cars of the early 60s that came out from Porsche to slant noses, 911s, the full series of all cars, everything from a Porsche Cayenne that might be rare, all the way up to cabriolets, and some of the most beautiful Porsches from around the world, quite rare. Most people drive their vehicles here from all around the country. Some are brought into the Porsche Corral, which is just as exciting as the vehicles that are on the show field. The Porsche Club of America welcomes all Porsche owners and enthusiasts for its 8th annual Werks reunion at Amelia Island. With such a wide array of Porsches, it's really impressive. Whether you own a Porsche or have always dreamed of having one, the Werks reunion was created by the Porsche Club of America to bring enthusiasts together to show everything from a Macan and a Cayenne to 356 Porsches, slant noses, and literally anything you can imagine. Super rare cars to regular production cars. The Porsche Parade has score sheets so that people can rank their cars according to certain attributes, and they discuss them with other judges, and the winners are here. This is quite an important event, and it's sponsored by Pirelli. We've been to the auctions and we saw some pretty impressive cars that went for some pretty large dollars. Today is Saturday. There's a lot going on. It's a very busy day. We started off with RADwood, which is cars of the 80s. So if you lived in the 80s, which I did, the cars, the music, the style, it is awesome, and that's on the one fairway. On this fairway, this is called Cars and Community, where car clubs come from Lotus to Porsche to the muscle car group. They've got them all sectioned off. We've got European cars behind us. You have to check out some of the super impressive cars that have come out. And then tonight, we will go to the impressive hangar event, which is at the airport. So stay with us to the end, because we're going to finish with the concourse and the winners. Saturday is a busy day with a display of over 375 cars on one of the fairways. The expanded RADwood display features an additional 250 cars of trend-setting vehicles from the 80s and 90s, and a special class of the hottest cars from 1984 will be on display at RADwood as part of the brand's year-long celebration and Hagerty's 40th anniversary. People dress in period. They bring everything from the 80s that you can imagine. The best part is looking at the people and how they dress and the cars that they bring out that you typically would not see at a car show. You'll see all kinds of vehicles, and of course everyone has a great time, and race cars come out as well. This is a very popular event. Part of the Amelia's big event is Cars and Community, which is presented by Griot's Garage, and it's a family fun event. The whole week is, and it's designed to get enthusiasts excited, but also bring in new enthusiasts from people of all ages. Saturday's event with Cars and Community is in parallel with RADwood. RADwood is on one fairway, Cars and Community as another. Now, when it comes to Cars and Community, there is a kids zone. There's also some pretty fabulous cars. Some will actually show in the concours on the next day. 3, 2, 1, forget that. One of the special events that happens during the Amelia Island week is this event. This is the hangar event, where classic cars meet classic airplanes, current airplanes, beautiful supercars, great food. Take a look at some of the things we experienced this year at the Amelia Island hangar event that you need to be at next year. Saturday's busy schedule concludes with a highly anticipated return of the hangar event. It's held at the Amelia Island Airport or Fernandina Beach. The hangar includes not just airplanes, because it is an airport, but it also has food and drinks and live music. It is a party on the tarmac. It is quite spectacular. You'll see some very special cars, the opportunity to board a private jet and see what it's like inside, as well as look at some pretty cool watches, try some wonderful food, and of course, rub elbows with some car owners who just want to show their cars, from Lamborghini Countaches to Porsches to even a Sprinter van that's all decked out. Some rare Ferraris were there as well this year. Roger Dubois brought out watches to showcase people some of their newest watch collection. There's everything from McLaren's to Max Verstappen's F1 car. Really impressive. Some cars are restored, some are daily drivers, and some are just original vehicles. The hangar event is backed by Rolls-Royce, VistaJet, Roger Dubois Watches, McLaren, Rally, DuPont Registry Magazine, and Graish Motors. Overall, this is a very impressive event, and it's a must-go-to. The tickets are not cheap, but you'll be glad you went. Sunday is the big day with the Concours d'Elegance. This is the biggest part of the event. The Amelia Island is known for its longtime attendees and fans as the Racers Concours. And there is everything from supercars to coachwork cars. There'll be a display of hundreds of the greatest ever road racing cars and street cars. The Amelia welcomes guests for its 29th annual event, and that's always held on a Sunday. Because remember, this 4-day gathering is more than just cars. It's movie cars, it's supercars, it's vehicles that show our history and all of it's about and what makes cars what they are today. Sunday's Amelia Island Concours had over 275 cars, 82 judges, and it showed the best of the best in automotive history. Attendance for this year's concours was over 27,000 people. Rain or shine, people waited for the rain to stop because they wanted to see this incredible lineup of automobiles, because this is the one time of the year that you'll see some of these vehicles. The Amelia is a motoring event like no other. And in 2024, the honoree was 14-time NASCAR Cup Series champion owner Hendrick Motorsports and chairman and CEO of Hendrick Automotive Group, Rick Hendrick. He joined us with a collection of his amazing vehicles, from Garage 56 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 prepared especially for the 24-hour Le Mans. And in addition to that, there was a bunch of race cars that he had from his private collection. And the winners of the 2024 The Amelia is a 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO shown by David McNeil, the owner of WeatherTech Mats, who was crowned Best in Show of the Concours de Sport, while the 1947 Delahaye 135 MS, the Narvel Cabriolet, owned by Dana Meekum of Meekum Auctions, took home the Best in Show. The Concours d'Elegance at the 29th annual The Amelia Island Concours was absolutely fabulous.
Next year, it'll be the first weekend in March, and if you are looking to put that on your schedule, now is the time to book hotels because I'll be there. Looking forward to another exciting year. Here's some additional information about the Amelia. There was $150,000 pledged to local nonprofits. There were 27,000 weekend attendees, which is a new record, and thousands of young enthusiasts were engaged. 550 volunteers were what made the Amelia so fantastic, with 250 vehicles on display as part of RADwood, which is a new record, 375 vehicles at Saturday's Cars and Coffee. There was also 218 Mobile One ride and drive experiences supported by Hagerty Insurance, more than 500 new vehicle test drives, more than 100 event partners, and more than 20 events at the Amelia Island. That also included 1.82 inches of rain. But Hagerty is looking forward to their 30th celebration of the Amelia, which takes place March 6th through 9th of 2025. Please stick around for a message from our sponsor. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe. I'm looking forward to your comments. And you can support me by buying me a cup of coffee. The link for that is in the description, plus all my social media and our podcast. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching. Have you ever thought, why in the world is my wireless bill so darn high? What are we paying all this money for? Speed, coverage, data, access to 5G, unlimited talk and text, mobile hotspots? We are partnering with Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers all of these features for as low as $15 per month. They're reimagining the wireless shopping experience and made it easy and online. No stores, no salespeople, just huge direct-to-you savings. Why should you pay more when you have access to premium wireless? Mint Mobile runs on the nation's largest 5G network. Whether you use your phone to watch YouTube, listen to podcasts, or play games, you get the same speed and performance as the big guys while connecting to Mint's network. How hard is it to switch your service? Big Wireless wants you to think it's hard, but switching to Mint is super easy. Thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most phones now have, you can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. And if your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. Just go to trymintmobile.com/LaurenFix, also linked in the description down below, to get premium wireless for $15 a month.